Hi guys, hey my food for thoughts. So I just want to come to you guys with this one really quickly about having friends and taking those friends and deciding to try to make them family members. Let me say this, and I know from experience, because sometimes your relationships with your family get rocky and you are like, well, my friends are the best. You have good relationships with them because that's the role that they're in. They're your friend for whatever reason. Like, many friends fit many different categories for forever in time or for a season, whatever that may be. But here's why you can't make your friends your family. Biblically, you can't, because God smiles upon family. He created families, and families then created nations. And good leaders come from strong families. God entrusts you with your family, especially for men, because He looks at men as the leaders. And He entrusts men with their family to instill in their family to be the leader head and to be the person and the voice of reason, to be the strength for the family. And same thing for the moms. Moms are not left out either. Moms' roles are to nurture and rear the family and hold the family together and become matriarchs, patriarchs. Those are all things that are biblical. And so that's just starting with your parents. But everybody has a role as a sibling, as an aunt, as a niece, as a nephew, as an uncle, as a brother, as a sister. All those good roles. Your roles mean something biblically. And when you can honor those around you that are your blood family, there are blessings that are for you. And you're going to miss out on those blessings if you don't work those relationships out. And so all that I'm saying to you is, don't take a rough situation and try to give up on your family because it's not going well, and decide you're going to make best friend so-and-so your family now. Because guess what? Everybody comes from a family. And 9 times out of 10, while you're trying to make these people your family, they have families that they're going to go back to. And when the holidays come around, they're sitting around with their family and you sitting around looking crazy. And a lot of the times they'll invite you in, but nothing is like your own family. So no matter how hard the task is, work the relationships out. Fix it. Not fixing it is not an option. Taking other people and trying to make them your family is not an option. And trust me, you're going to fall on your face every time if you do that. So it's up to you whether or not you want to listen or whether or not you want to take heed. But what I am saying to you is that from experience, it pays to work it out with your family. There's honor behind it. And also, it cuts down. A strong family renders amazing blessings. And so if your sister, your brother, or your mom, or your dad, your uncle, your auntie, or your cousins are not the way that you want them to be, or you're not agreeing with how they see things, you need to get on your knees and you need to pray. That's what's missing in family: prayer. If you get on your knees and you pray for that person that's maybe super abrasive, and you just are like, I can't deal, and we've all been there. We've all got family members that you be like, man, I just probably just want to cause harm to her or him because they don't do right. And that's fine. I have them as well myself. But what I've learned and what has been effective is for me to pray for them and ask the Holy Spirit to lead me in those relationships, because they are important, or else they would not be in my life. And so that's my advice to you. Friends have a special role, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But right now, work it out with your family. God is excited for you to work it out with your family. He wants you to work it out with your family. He pours down blessings when a family works together. Because remember, united we're strong, divided we're weak. And it starts with your family. That's your foundation. How could you ever get through this life without working on your own foundation? We don't build a house with the roof first. Now, do we? Now, you just think about that, my food for thoughts.